How's it going, everybody? You got the Razman coming at you here with another video, as today we talk about the final category in Skinslip Scavenger Hunt, a film undervalued or underseen, saved. On the Razman's reality. I chose this film for two reasons, because it really typifies, or exemplifies rather, is the word I meant to say, exemplifies this category to a T. First off, it's a movie that hardly anybody probably will have heard of, or not nearly as many people will have heard of that needed to hear about it. And secondly, it is most definitely undervalued, because looking at the title, you might think, oh, this is a film that's going to force religion on me, when actually that is nothing to do whatsoever with what the film is about. Here's the deal with Saved and why I chose it for this category. A lot of people give people who follow religion a bad rap, because they think if you believe in God, or you carry yourself around and proclaim yourself as a Christian, like me, that you're going to judge people for not believing the way you do. And you're going to come down hard on people for doing things that you think is wrong, or not doing something that you think is right. In actuality, yes, there's core beliefs, and yes, there is a lot that is believed to be right or wrong, and the way you're supposed to carry yourself because of what the Bible says. But the most important part to me, what defines myself as a Christian, is just accepting everyone for who they are, loving everyone for who they are, and knowing in the end of life that if there's something that people need to be judged upon, it's going to be God's place to do it. And that's what the film Saved explores. It talks about how Christians can come off, as I said, as people who are going to force their beliefs upon you, but behind closed doors, they're not going to be at all who they claim to be. Mandy Moore's character is that prototypical hardcore Christian in this movie. But when she finds out that Jenna Malone's character and Patrick Future's character had sex, she comes down hard on them for having premarital sex, and then the situation is made worse when you find out that Patrick Future's character is gay. All the while, we see Mandy Moore's character coming down so hard on sex because she clearly wants that kind of intimacy physically in her own life, because when her brother, played by Macaulay Culkin, gets a girlfriend whose actress's name is not listed here, so I do apologize. I remember character names of this film better than I do actual actor and actresses' names. But when her brother gets a girlfriend, and on top of that, because he plays a disabled individual and he gets a girlfriend, she becomes very jealous of it, because two things define her character in this film. One is that she is the overprotective sister who thinks she has to take care of her physically disabled brother because that's what she's done her whole life. And the other characteristic is that she feels like she needs to be the good little angel who can never really get what she wants. So there's a scene in this film where Macaulay Culkin's character has sex with his girlfriend, and his sister, Mandy, actually is watching them in the window and performs the physical act, let's just say that, because we don't want YouTube to flag the video for inappropriate coarse language, but let's just say performs the act that one performs when you are stimulated by that kind of action that you're watching. So this movie is all about humanity and humanity as a whole. You have a girl who thinks she's fallen head over heels in love and becomes pregnant after her first time having sex. So it's, exploring the dangers of having sex. But then she finds out that her boyfriend's gay, so she has to come to grips with the fact that he didn't love her the way she loved him. It's about the Christian girl and the overprotective sister coming to grips with who she is. It's about the girl who never has any friends because she's considered a wild child and the outcast, befriending the disabled kid who never gets looked at for a second choice and actually falling in love with him. So you have every quote-unquote stereotype of people who get treated unfairly in life, and you have all of those stereotypes explored and all of them proven wrong about the right way to be human in one way or another. This film is so personal to me for obvious reasons, because I'm both a Christian and a physically challenged human being. So when I heard that this film was being made, I was one of those people who was dying to see it. It struggled for years and almost didn't get made. In fact, most of the DVD commentary is about how this film was shot on an incredibly independent budget. They couldn't get any studio to back it, and it almost didn't get completed because it was such a bold, dramatic, and different type of film. I had no desire to ever give up on this movie. Not just because Mandy Moore is one of my all-time favorite people in the world, and that was originally why I heard about it, but more to the point, as I just said, once I heard what this movie actually was going to be, I knew that this was something I had to own. So I can't recommend this movie enough because there aren't enough films out there who explore what's wrong with society and do it in a believable way and in a way that is about being human and doesn't throw it in your face or doesn't judge you for not realizing some of these facts prior to seeing the film. So I really hope that you will believe my word in placing this film in this category, believe that it's undervalued and underseen, and check it out for yourself. Unfortunately, the DVD is the only version you can buy because, as I said, it was filmed on an independent budget and barely made in the first place. So unless we get a complete funder from an outside fan source that absolutely loves the film, I don't think we'll ever get a Blu-ray release of it. But don't let that turn you off from seeing it. So with that, that concludes the actual categories of the Scavenger hunt as far as reviews go. But I did actually refilm this final episode today because I realized that I misunderstood Skinslip's rules in the beginning, and that you actually had the 10 reviews for 10 bonus entries into the contest, and you actually need to film a contest entry as well. So I'm going to film a contest entry where I quickly just recap every category right now as soon as I turn the camera off here. But if you'd like to watch each review first, like if this is the first one you see, or tomorrow if you see, or actually they're going to both go up in the same day now because of situations that happened yesterday for me on Friday. So if you see the contest entry first and you missed any of the reviews, because I did it in reverse order of everybody else who entered this contest, just make sure that you check out the Skinslip's Scavenger Hunt playlist. And as always, this is reality according to the Razman, and Razman style is not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.